On Friday, my aunt, uncle, cousin, and his family came over to Westgate to spend most of the day at the water park. That evening, we headed back to Disney Springs to go to Cirque du Soleil. Having never been to a Cirque du Soleil show before, I was really excited. The show was called Drawn to Life, and it was the story of a young girl whose father passed away before finishing an animation he was working on, and it follows her journey as she follows in her father's footsteps to become an animator. What a show. There were moments that took my breath away. Highly recommend checking out any Cirque du Soleil show if you get a chance. Since we went to an earlier show, we decided to grab a bite to eat in Disney Springs after the show. We settled on the boathouse. From the outside, the boathouse looked pretty big, but I can't believe how big it actually was. The wait to eat inside was pretty long, so they asked if we wanted to eat outside, and I'm so glad we said yes. In the back of the restaurant, there's a bunch of floating docks, complete with bar and tons of tables. It was such a great way to end the evening. Along all the docks, they also had a bunch of vintage boats that you could check out, and you could even pay to take a ride in a vintage amphibious car. Saturday, we started the day with a trip to Trader Joe's, a must anytime I go to the States. We hit up a few more shops and then decided to have one more round of mini golf before my trip came to an end. This time we decided to try Pirates Cove. I definitely prefer Congo River as far as atmosphere and extras you can do while you're there, but Pirates Cove is still a pretty fun course, and we still had a blast.
up on your feet, this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes, and you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh.
For dinner, we met up with the rest of my family again and headed to Ford's garage. We arrived a little early, but it just so happened that there was a mini car show just outside of Ford's garage, so we killed some time perusing all the cars.
You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, yeah, you like it, the way you like it now. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, so good, so fresh. Get up on your feet.
Ford's Garage was such a neat restaurant, especially for any car enthusiast. There was an old Ford hanging over the bar, the onion rings came on a funnel, and the bathroom sinks were made out of tires, with the gas nozzle being the water spout. Plus, the food was great, and it was such an awesome way to end my last evening in Florida. So I am now back from Florida. I got myself some Mickey ears. These came from the Canadian Pavilion at Epcot. The hair is so cute with the little buffalo plaid hat with the little fur. So cute. I just, had to jump on the Mickey ear train. They are so huge when you're walking around Disney parks. Like 50 to 60% of the people that you see at Epcot are wearing some sort of Mickey ears, and they have so many different kinds. So had to get me a pair, and sporting my Mickey sweatshirt, and the trip was so awesome. I just feel like I needed that sunshine, and the weather could not have been more perfect. 0 rain. It was high 20s to low 30s every single day. Super sunny. There was the odd morning where it started out cloudy, but by like 11, 12, the sun was shining, and we had so many days by the pool. My aunt has a timeshare down there. It's one of the Westgate timeshares, and where we were, there was this awesome water park. It was 2 levels, and the second level there was like a little lazy river that you could lounge in. We spent so much time there, and I did go down a couple of the water slides. There's one of the ones, it's not a huge one, but it was one of the slides that basically drops straight down, and it goes from the top level down to the bottom. So that was a lot of fun. It's been years since I've been on a water slide. And honestly, it's been so long since I've actually been to Florida. I think we were figuring, give or take a year, like around 2009 was maybe the last time that I was there. I grew up going to Florida. I've been there several times, but it's just been a long time. And I just, thought it's been a long winter. I've got the vacation time. I'm gonna do it. And we did Epcot, which was really exciting. It was the only Disney park that I'd never been to before. I love rides, and I think one of the reasons why I've never picked Epcot is because it doesn't have a ton of rides. It's more about going to the different countries, trying the different foods from those countries, trying the different drinks. That's more the vibe of Epcot. But there is a brand new ride there. It's a new roller coaster for Guardians of the Galaxy, and I mean, I might be biased because I love Guardians of the Galaxy. It's one of my favorite Marvel movies, like the first one, Volume 1. I love Rocket. I've named one of the raccoons Rocket. And so going into the ride, I was already pretty excited about it, but I still think it's one of my favorite roller coasters that I've ever been on. It was just so much fun. Wish the line wasn't so crazy, because 100% I would have done it again in a heartbeat. It was a blast. It was a wild ride. So if you're ever at Epcot and you can do roller coasters, highly recommend that ride. It was also just fun trying a few different drinks in some of the different countries. I had this sake misted blood orange shaved iced in Japan. So good. It was just so lovely spending time in the sun, relaxing, and spending time with family. I went with my parents and my aunt, and then also my other aunt and uncle were down there at the same time, and one of my cousins and his wife and their kids was down there as well, so we got to spend some time with them, and it was just so nice. It's been a while since I've had a very laid back vacation. Quite often when we're traveling somewhere, it's somewhere completely new and we're just wanting to see as much as we can, and we're exploring all the time, which I love, and that tends to be more the style of travel that I like. But sometimes it is just nice to have super chill down days where you're just hanging out by a pool all day, enjoying a cocktail or two. That was another great thing about the timeshare. There was like some bars that were by the pool, and I drank a few cocktails by the pool. They had so many different kinds, and I just wanted to try as many as possible while we were there. There's definitely one that Em and I are going to try and recreate. It's called the Cocoa Creamsicle. It's like with coconut puree, and it tastes exactly like a creamsicle, and it was so delicious and so nice on a warm day. So when we start to get warmer days here, 100% gonna try and recreate that. Florida has my absolute favorite miniature golf courses. We did two. We did Congo River and Pirates Cove. Those typically were always like the go-tos when I was younger. Pirates Cove was still great, a lot of fun, great course, but Congo River definitely is my top pick for miniature golf courses and experience. It's just such an amazing place to go miniature golfing. Yeah, fantastic trip. I wish Jesse and Conan could have come, but Jesse had to work, and so obviously Conan just stayed with him. That is going to conclude this travel vlog, and the next big travel vlog you will see, it's gonna be a while, but Jesse and I have booked a trip to Africa for October, November of this year. So still got a ways to go for that, but that is gonna be so exciting. We cannot wait. It's like Jesse's last continent that he needs to get to, and it's Africa. Safari. Oh, it's gonna be so great. It's gonna be so great. Anyways, I'm rambling. That is gonna conclude this little travel vlog, and I will see you next weekend.